Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be decorating a two-tiered cake for my aunt's 60th birthday. So join me as I decorate this cake here. I have stocked 6-inch all vanilla cakes in 4 layers, and now I'm just trimming the edges. She was very particular. She said she wanted only vanilla, and that's what she got. So now I'm just trimming the edges to get a straight cake. And now I'm crumb coating. I'm crumb coating with my Lush buttercream. I'll go round with the buttercream till it is well coated so as to lock in the crumbs. I'll just properly lock in the crumbs, the cake crumbs, and then after this I'll go in with my peach colored buttercream because that's the color she chose. My aunt was really excited about this cake, and so we're making it with so much love for her 60th birthday. I'm just being generous with the buttercream here. I'm running it all over the cake. I'm running the buttercream all over the cake. I'm being really generous with it so that by the time I'm scraping off, I'll get a really smooth sides. So that's what I'm doing here. So please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so in order to get more amazing content like this. So now I'm just going around with my smoother, and as you can see, there's spaces where the smoother didn't touch, so I'm going to fill in buttercream into that place, and then I'll go over with the scraper again. Designing buttercream cakes are really easy, but you need to also be precise. It's easy when you've been doing it for a while and you're used to it. For me, I find it easy because I've been doing it over the years. But for a beginner, it may be a little bit difficult, but trust me, once you've designed 2 to 7 cakes, it should be good. Now I'm just smoothing the top to get my sharp edges. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get my sharp edges here. So remember, the cake is a 2-tiered cake. So once I'm done, I'll clean the edges, set it aside, and put it in the freezer to set. So I'm just cleaning the board here, and then I set it in the freezer. And I've come to my second tier. For the second tier, I'm using an 8-inch 4-layered vanilla cake. So I'm using the regular buttercream in it. She's not a sweet tooth, so there'll be no fillings in this cake. It's just buttercream, Lush buttercream. So I'm trimming the top of my vanilla cake. Now I'm trimming the top of the vanilla cake. So once I'm done, I'll go again with my Lush buttercream, go around it all over, and then put on my 3rd layer. You'd always want to trim the bottom so as the cake would feel really smooth when eaten. And then this will also help to make the top straight and even. So I'm going on with my buttercream again, and then I'll place on my last layer of cake. So I'm unwrapping it now, and then I'll place my last layer of cake, but I'm trimming the top first. I'm trimming the top first to get it leveled, evenly leveled. So here I'm still trimming the back of the cake so as it will come out smooth and leveled. And then after this, I will go and trim the sides. I'll start trimming the sides to make it straight and even. So I'll trim the sides till I get the required edges to be straight, or till I get it as straight as I want it to be, rather. And then I'll start crumb coating. While decorating a buttercream cake, it is very important to crumb coat, as this stage will help you lock in all the cake crumbs. So as when you're doing your final decoration and covering, there'll be no distractions of cake crumbs pulling off or showing on the final layer of your buttercream. So this is me layering the top of the cake with the buttercream, with the colored buttercream. So I'll just evenly distribute the buttercream on the cake, and I'll be generous with it as possible. So as during smoothing, at this stage, you want to be very generous with your buttercream, so that during smoothing, you'll be able to smooth and scrape off the required amount that would require your cake to come out really smooth. So you would want to be generous at this stage. As you could see me, I'm being really generous with the buttercream. So you would want to do this. So with this video, even the beginner will be able to learn how to decorate with buttercream. So just keep watching. If you're still watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and comment. And do tell me where you're watching from. You just comment where you're watching from, and then also tell me what cake you would want me to decorate next, so as I will decorate it for you. I would want us to communicate here often. Just tell me where you're watching, like, share the video, subscribe, and also tell me where you're watching from. So at this stage, I've started smoothing the 8-inch cake. I'll smoothen it till I get a really straight cake, straight and smooth cake. At this stage, you would want to be really careful and really patient. Now I've gotten the required smoothness I want, so I'm scraping off the top to get a smooth top and sharp edges. You don't want to rush this stage, guys. You would want to be patient with it as possible. As you can see me going over to check the sides, to check which areas are uneven. And once I see a slightly uneven stage, I scrape off and I scrape off again, just to get the required leveling and the required perfect finish. And remember, I said it's a 2-tier cake, so at this stage the 6-inch is still chilling in the freezer, so as I could easily lift it and place it on the 8-inch cake. So this is part of the decoration. As you can see me going on with the white pearls, the white sugar pearls. I'm sprinkling it over the cake. I'm just carefully sprinkling it over the cake. I'll just go round the top edge And then I've now brought out my 6-inch cake out of the freezer. I'm trying to lift it off the board. I'm using my little shovel knife just to pick it up. And then I'll use my palette knife to help me, and then I've lifted. And oops. And oops. The cake shifted and then there was a little bulge, but don't worry, I'm gonna fix that up real quick. And it's fixed. At this stage, I'm putting a center rod, a center door rod that will help hold the top and the bottom tier together. This stage is really important so that when you're transporting your cake, the top tier doesn't slide and fall off. The door rods are really, really, really important, so do not skip that part. And now I continue with my white pearls. I've continued sprinkling my white pearls all over the bottom tier. And as you can see here, that's the problem with freezing the cake. It is sweating already. It has experienced another temperature, so it's sweating. This stage you cannot avoid if you would want to do the lifting as I did here. But if you want to avoid the sweating of this cake, you would just decorate the top tier and the bottom tier together as one cake. I think I'll do that next time because the sweating really pisses me off. At this stage, my top tier is really sweating and it's getting me really pissed, but I'm still working because I know that once it's sweat all out, it will come back to normal. So I'm just focusing on the bottom tier for now. I'm nicely decorating with the white edible pearls. And so I've started with the top. So with the top I'm using bigger pearls, and the cake is still doing its worst. It's still sweating out due to the coldness, but I was able to scrape off a little bit of the sweat, and then I just started placing on my pearls. I'm just doing my thing and avoiding the sweat of the cake because I know it's just being silly. But that's fine. So if you would want to avoid the sweat, you do not want to toss your cake in the fridge if you were trying to avoid the sweat here. But don't worry, the result was still perfect once it's done sweating out. But trust me, I think I will explore the methods than putting this top tier in the freezer. And then one pearl fell and I grabbed it up and I continued what I was doing. So I'm just being generous with the pearls. And then my hair is just touching the camera. I don't know why. But then I'm continuing with the pearls. I'm being really generous with it here. I'm being really generous with the pearls here, just to give it that beautiful, beautiful bloom that the design required. This is exactly how my aunt wanted it. She wanted it this beautiful. Let it bloom. Let the pearls be all over the top edges of the cake. And so I'm just doing exactly as she says and exactly how she loves it. Besides, it's her 60th. And so nothing will stop us, not even the sweaty cake. So this is me just sprinkling. I'm sprinkling, and I'm sprinkling away. So these are just edible sugar pearls. They're edible sugar pearls. You could get them in your local baking stores. And then I'm going over the top of the bottom tier. I'm going over the top of the bottom tier so as to give it that bloom, to make it blossom and to make it beautiful. At this stage, I've set aside and cleaned all my flowers. I already know the flowers I'm going to use. I'm going to use white, peach, and I think deep pink or red, like deep pink. And then, yeah, that's it. So I'm just putting on the flowers, and then my cake will be ready in no time and ready for my aunt's 60th. Yep. So that's it. Looking beautiful, right? And then this was the end result. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.